Good morning, I'm Frank Powers, and this is Lifestyle Tucson, the program where I speak to our neighbors, the people behind the scenes of our amazing organizations, small businesses, and nonprofits. Our friends are informing you how they serve our community. They're here to give you updates on future projects. Let's make some new friends today. Let's take a trip around the sun today, and I don't think it's going to take all year. Because today, we're going to be doing it riding the Sunlink. Save the date because their big birthday is here, and it's here to celebrate on July 20th. For Sun Tran's 10th anniversary celebration of the Sunlink Streetcar. Today, I'm joined by Cindy Glysson, Director of Marketing and Communications for Sun Tran. Cindy, welcome to Lifestyle Tucson.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
I'm excited to hear that you used to work here for like 13 years?
I did. Yep. I sure did as a marketing director.
Yeah, and now that's what you wound up doing, moving over to Sun Tran.
Yes, I did. I moved into a marketing position there, and then within the last few years, assumed this role. So,
how's it been going? That sounds exciting and is really fun. They actually did tell me about you when there's opportunities here at Arizona Lotus when I'd first gotten hired, and so it's really good to meet you because I did hear about you for like a while back.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
I'm putting the pieces together in front of you.
Yeah, I love my experience here. It definitely led me to what I'm able to do today and be a bigger part of the city, which is exciting, but still be able to, share with your listeners all the exciting things that we have going on. So.
Yeah, that's why I love doing this because I love the community. I love community in general, but I love the Tucson community. And it's really important to talk about all the people behind the scenes that are really making this place work, especially when it comes to things like public transportation. I can't believe how nerdy I get about public transportation and talk about how it actually takes infrastructure to make the city work and to get all these things cruising so that everything's on time. Here's the really important question right now, right off the bat. How much is the streetcar right now?
It's free.
That's right. It's still free. How much is a bus?
It's free.
Also free. That's right. Sun Tran, Sunlink, Sun Van. There's a ton of these things that are available. You've even got Sun On Demand, Sun Express, and Sun Shuttle rides that continue to remain fare-free at the direction of the mayor and council, which is huge. This has been going on for several years, I think started in the pandemic, right?
It did. It was. It started in March of 2020 in response to COVID. Mayor and council have been able to, through their budget, be able to remain fare-free for the citizens here in Tucson. So.
That's incredible. I don't think a lot of cities do that, right?
No, we're one of the very few, and definitely one of the very few that have remained fare-free. So
it's incredible. Now, this isn't permanent that it's going to remain free. We've been able to do this since then just to keep things going, but it is rare that this is happening. And some people for it, some people against it. Tell me about the concept of keeping all of this free.
Sure. Again, it's in response to COVID. Mayor and council wanted to do something for citizens to kind of mitigate the risk factors and for our operators as well. They were able to do that in March of 2020, and they did that with some COVID relief funds until those ran out, and then they've been able to find it in their budget to remain fare-free. So as of right now, we're still fare-free through June 30th of next year.
Wow, okay, so good. That's still a whole year of time. That's incredible. Now, that said, as a car owner, why should I think about taking public transportation in general?
Well, for every 30 vehicles on the road, that equals about one bus.
Wow.
So could you imagine taking 30 cars off the road and putting all those folks onto one bus, like what that does for our environment?
Yeah.
What that does, even just for you and I personally, or anyone personally with a vehicle, just being able to park that and not having to pay for gas, worry about parking, having to, fix wear and tear on your vehicle, the savings that you would save or the money that you would save by riding public transportation, whether it's free or not, is really substantial.
As you mentioned, gas prices alone right there.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. Because I try to take advantage of it when I can, when it is like, it's the Tucson Festival of Books. Let's not drive.
Yeah.
Let's go find a way to get to the downtown area, get to the university areas, and then just use Sunlink and get around the whole area, whether it's something at the TCC, going downtown, over at Hotel Congress, going on 4th Avenue. It's really great. The website's excellent too. We'll go over the website a little bit together in a little while because I was a little intimidated by some of this. And if you're not familiar with using public transportation, it can be a little intimidating and can come with a little bit of a stigma.
Sure.
But you guys just won an award for really taking care of that stigma. You were recognized for your innovative approach and impactful execution of the Ride with Respect campaign, which was honored with the 2023 Silver American Advertising Award, highlighting its effectiveness and integrated campaign dedicated to enhancing the transit experience for all. So congratulations, because as a New Yorker, we're terrified of public transportation, but we gotta kind of do it. And I used to navigate that subway system. It can be very intimidating.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the website has so many rules, instructions, and ways that it goes. Just tell me a little bit of some of the execution behind that, making sure that people are aware of it, what it is, and that it's safe, award-winningly safe.
Well, we did. Thank you. I appreciate that. We needed to kind of revamp our rider rules. These are just things you need to know before you go, right? This is going to keep you safe. It's going to keep your children safe. It's going to keep others safe. So what do you need to know? Removing that barrier, because it is intimidating. Do I just walk out to a bus stop? How do I even get on the bus, let alone knowing if it's free or not? Where do I sit? All these things are barriers for people. I have a bike. I have no idea how to put it on the bike rack. So we are continuously trying to educate the public with what they would need to know, trying to remove some of those barriers with the rider rules, with our social media, different campaigns that we like to push out to the public that complement not only the website and our social media efforts, but just what we do in general and our public education and how to get people feeling comfortable to reach out and to be able to try public transportation, whether that's the bus system with Sun Tran or the streetcar, and making that part of your experience.
Yeah, I love the streetcar. I remember, let's dive deep into the history of the streetcar, because we're going to have the 10th anniversary celebration.
Yes.
That's coming up. It's the 20th of July. Exciting. You're going to have to give me some of the details. I was looking them up online. The thing about it is that all the stuff happening with the streetcar started obviously with construction, started before 10 years. I worked at Grill downtown when I believe construction began. There used to be old train tracks down the street downtown. They had to rip them up. And I'm remembering, like, how long did this process take to build it? And then it's the first day and we're off.
Sure. Gosh, well, the concept and the idea would have been there long before.
How long did it take to build it? Is really my,
I
I think the short question is how long did it take to
construction
build
was
it?
about 4 years.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But it would have started many years before that.
Yes.
We have a really great interview on our website with Mayor Romero, who was part of that project from its infancy.
Mm-hmm.
That's on our website on the event page.
That's suntran.com, by the way. And you could follow them at suntran_Tucson on all social media.
And launched in July of 2014.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So here we are 10 years later.
Yep.
We want to commemorate this milestone. This is huge. We have record ridership on Sunlink. So we just wanted to take a day where folks could come down and celebrate with us, with many of the people who were involved in the project, and be able to attend different events throughout the district to really help celebrate what the streetcar has meant to Tucson.
So tell me about some of the things planned that day. Like, where are we going to go meet? Where are we congregating to celebrate?
Sure. We're gonna kick off the day at 7 with a press conference at Sunlink. And then right outside of Sunlink, we're going to stage a streetcar. We're going to have some vendors. We have a few local radio stations. So we have KFMA and La Caliente who will be on site broadcasting. Then we have a few vendors so people can stop by, win prizes, play games. And then we have Main Gate Squares doing some events and fun games and stuff during the first, I don't know, it was like 10:30 to 2:30.
Okay.
And then the University of Arizona is doing story time with Moana.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's fun. So you can take the streetcar to any of the events. And then there's a bit of a break. So for those who want to go out in the evening, downtown is a Desert Haze vintage market with some local music. And then we're ending the evening at the Mercado District where they're having a streetcar jubilee.
Wow. This is a full day affair.
Yes.
How fun. A lot of places to go, a lot of places to stop. That's exciting. Rock 102.1 will be out there, so KFMA is going to be involved. That's super fun. It sounds like you got a lot of fun things planned. I'm friends with that Moana. I know her, so she's excellent. So that sounds like a really fun thing to do. Starts early morning. I don't know if your kids want to go to the press conference, but they're going to want to go to a lot of these fun things. Go get all the details, obviously, on their website, which is, again, suntran.com. They've got a page dedicated for their big 10th anniversary. So now let's explore the website. Let's look at suntran.com because you've got a lot of great options. Again, if you haven't been familiar with using public transportation, some of the rules, some of the ways it works, some of the scheduling, you can find all this on suntran.com. Explore schedule updates and routes, services, especially during those holidays and big events like when we have, Dia de los Muertos or any of these Festival of Books events, like I say, where 100,000 people come to the university area. You might want to use public transportation that day, see how much your schedule is being affected. But that's really good. There's a ride guide, which is good because public transit can seem intimidating. So tell us about some of the other things that you can find on the website and what you think is some of the most useful things.
Sure. I think we have most people that are on our website are looking for, ways to remove those barriers, how to navigate the system before they even get there. So the schedule is probably the most important. We have a trip planning feature on there, so you can take a look and try to plan your trip ahead of time. But we also have customer service, like that's outside of the website. So anything you can't find there, or if you just need additional help with planning your trip, you can call our customer service department, 520-792-9222, and they're there to help all the time.
Fantastic. Makes it super easy. It's nice when you can actually talk to human beings and get the information that you want to get when it comes to a lot of these fun stuff around town, especially the lost and found. If you've ever left a bike on a bus, even perhaps I had a friend do that, where they get off the bus, they forgot they put their bike on the front of it.
Sure.
What happens? They got a lost and found. They'll take care of you. You got to realize that most people are good. They'll turn that stuff in. That's what I find, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've got a lot going on when it comes to the entire thing. Let's talk about some of the rest of the fleet because it's more than just Sunlink. At Sun Tran, you got all these things like Sun On Demand. You got the Sun Van and other paratransit for people that need maybe a little help, and Sun Shuttle and Sun Shuttle DAR. What does that mean?
So Sun Shuttle and Sun Shuttle DAR. DAR is dial a ride.
Okay.
So you can actually call and schedule a ride. So they have service areas. Same with Sun On Demand.
Okay.
And again, these services are free and they're curb to curb.
Really?
So now's like the perfect time to take advantage of that because wherever the service area is, which is dedicated to certain areas, then you can get a ride within that zone for free. Well, they're all for free right now, right? So yeah, you would just call and find out and schedule a ride or download the app and book your ride that way.
This might sound foolish. I need a ride to the airport. Is it for something like that? Or is this for people like who is this for?
Well, so On Demand, Sun On Demand, and Sun Shuttle Dial a Ride are similar. They're micro-transit service.
Sure. So
they have certain zones that they service. So you'd want to take a look at the page, the on-demand page, and look to see if you live within that service area. Right now, the airport is not included in that, but you can take it. We do have bus service that goes out to TIA.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, you can definitely catch the bus. But yeah, as far as on demand or dial a ride, you would just need to go in, like I said, and either find out if you're in the service area, call the number, or download the app to schedule a ride.
Well, you know what that makes me actually think of is I help a lot of older folks with the show. We talk about helping the elderly. We talk about helping some of the impoverished. And the fact that sometimes they have a tough time just getting to their grocery store. Mm-hmm. They have a tough time getting to their medications, getting to their doctor's appointments. They might not know that they don't need to take a lift. They might be able to get Sun On Demand or something like that, dial a ride. Because I'm sure helping out the elderly or perhaps obviously the handicap is a big part of what you're offering. That's really huge. And I don't think a lot of people realize that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also, on our website, offer rider training. So if there are agencies or like housing areas that have a larger amount of folks who need to learn how to ride, we will come out and do training in the community. We have some resources online that kind of help with just the basics, how to get to know the system. But if there's any agencies, they can go right in there and request a presentation, and we'll come out and do some rider training because that's just something we offer to the community. I mean, we want people to know how to ride. Right.
I noticed that, and I said, that'd probably help a lot of college kids going to speak at some of these classes to just get them past it. Here's how it works. Welcome to Tucson. We've got this, and this. It's all here for you. Go to this website. Because we always have, every single year, a whole bunch of new kids showing up.
Sure.
Constantly. So learning the area, learning how this public transportation works. a lot of it built specifically for them, for that university area, especially with Sunlink. It's a big part of their commute.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
They could just take care of so much by learning all about it. Again, go to the website. That's really a good idea. Let me ask you this much. I always talk about volunteering. That's a little tough to do with your organization, but I'll tell you, are you hiring?
So we're hiring. You can go to our website. There's huge banners across there. There's recruitment information. We're always looking for new operators, people who want to help others, help the community, do something really great, provide this amazing service to Tucson. There's other positions that are often open. Lots of benefits. It really also depends on the position you're interested in and where that falls, if it's Sun Tran or Sunlink or even Sun Van. Some of those benefits may vary, but it's a really great team to work for, and I highly encourage anyone to go on and apply and get with HR and drop off your application and resume. Absolutely.
Heck yeah, see that. And let me ask you now, this might be a little gossip. I'm not sure. This is some dirt, because I saw under opportunities, there's advertising. How much has Raffi spent on bus ads? Because it's ridiculous.
Oh, you know what? That's funny. The advertising is actually a third party. So you'd have to reach out to Lamar Advertising and ask them that question.
They might be hearing from
I don't
me.
know if they would.
They're certainly not going to tell me how much you spent. No, certainly not. But oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
One action deserves an equal and opposite reaction. Now Lerner and Rowe is just going bananas.
I know.
The
it's
amount,
either yellow or red,
yep,
right?
That's what's happening around here. It's huge. It's insane. Well, let me ask you just one last thing. If you've got any just any calls to action for anybody out there for thinking about your organization or thinking what it is when it comes to public transportation. You've made this your career now for a good chunk of time. And how much has it meant to you to be involved with the community, to get to know kind of the infrastructure of the city? Because I like the call to action to get some people to maybe think about a career, think about a job opportunity with this great company.
Sure. Yeah, it has been a really great place for me. I love being able to provide this incredible service to people. You know, some people choose to ride. They want to, take the bus for their commute. Some people, maybe their car broke down and at the very last minute they have to ride. But then those folks then become actual long-term riders. Mm-hmm. So it's exciting to be a part of something that's so integral and great for the community. And it's nice that there's different services to focus on, whether it's bus or rail, streetcar. So it's exciting to be a part of that. I highly encourage, there's lots of opportunities for people to get involved. I don't know about volunteers as much as they're more focused on recruitment and filling those positions, but there's a lot of entry level. There's, positions that open up that are, longer experience, folks in those areas. But yeah, I certainly encourage anyone to be a part of something that is really meaningful. Yeah, I mean, we spend our days trying to figure out how to get people on the bus and where they need to go on time and how to make that better all the time. I mean, that's our focus, is how do we provide a good quality service that people feel safe, secure, and that they get to where they need to on time.
That's important. I mean, it's pretty much really the most important thing, I think, when it comes to that. Since we are just celebrating the 10th anniversary of Sunlink, why don't we, just last thing, tell me what it means to you, last call to action or something about Sunlink. The big celebration is going to be July 20th. All those fun events, I'll give them to you again in the recap so you don't miss a beat and you know where to go and what you're going to be doing all day long, having fun with this big celebration. But just tell me a bit about it.
Yeah, come out.
Come on out.
Come on out, have fun, grab a cold water and see what we're all about. There's going to be a community fair where we're talking with other agencies like Pima County and the city of Tucson and Ready, Set, Rec. They're going to be on there. Like, they're going to be out having their games. The Arizona Avengers are going to come by.
Oh, I love them. Avengers Assemble.
Yeah. PBS is bringing out a special character. So there's a lot going on. And then throughout the districts, the story time is so much fun. And you can utilize the streetcar to get to any of the events, which is great.
That's the point.
Yeah. So if when you're on our events page, you'll see the parking information to give you an opportunity to figure out where to park. That's also a barrier for people. And just hop on the streetcar. You literally just go up to the stop. There's 23 stops. And there's a head sign, so it'll tell you, an on-street sign, how far away the streetcar is. And once it arrives, you just wait for the doors to open. And if anyone's trying to exit, let them exit first. And then you get on and get off at your next stop.
I was just in an airport. Yes, people need to know these rules. They don't understand. They don't understand.
Yeah.
Let the people off first.
Yeah.
But that's incredible. I really enjoyed talking to you today about all this great stuff. I love the streetcar because I love downtown. I used to live on 4th Avenue. So it was really fun to watch that. I work downtown. I think just last thing, we'll see if it makes it. There's another podcast / radio show, not affiliated, so I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but I love Tom Heath, and he hosts a thing called Life Along the Streetcar. Have you ever listened to that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I implore all of you to listen to Life Along the Streetcar with Tom Heath. He talks to all these great organizations and businesses as he focuses on it around the streetcar, around its route, and where it goes. He's even made a book about it. So it's really incredible how that shows you how you've united a neighborhood and a community through those 23 stops. I mean, it made a radio show out of it and a podcast. That's incredible. Yeah. It gets all these people some attention to know the faces behind the places. And that's what I think I like to do the most, is meet you and learn all about why it's not just, a streetcar sitting there. It's something important that really helped unite our community. And watching it go from a dirt, when they were digging up that road and ripping up the old streetcar tracks. But now here we are all these years later. And I really do think it's been great to see. It's been great to see it grow and really continue to grow. I always like to ask if you have a secret. What's the secret about Sunlink?
So this isn't really a secret. However, it's not just one streetcar. We have 8.
There's 8 of them?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you had that many.
Right. So when we say the Sunlink Streetcar, you're thinking 1. But if you're out there and you see 2 pass by, for a moment, you're just like, wait a minute. But there's actually 8. There's 8.
Wow. I thought you had like 4, I was guessing. But 8, that's that's impressive.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for those of us who maybe attended the university in the late 1900s.
Yeah, you call it that. The before times.
There was not a way. It was difficult to navigate from the university over to the other side of the freeway.
Yeah.
And so, if you get on a streetcar now and you're like, wow, if we would have had this when I went to school, that's what you hear a lot, right?
Yep.
And when I lived here a long time ago, if we would have had this, like how much more you're able to do, how accessible these areas are that you wouldn't just typically drive around, but that in one short hour, you're navigating from the university through Main Gate, down 4th Avenue, downtown, over to the Mercado District in a 1 hour time span.
Yeah.
And that's not something that's easy to do in a vehicle. And so, there's just been so much growth and so many opportunities because of the streetcar. So we're excited to celebrate 10 years. And we hope to see everyone out on July 20th.
Heck yeah. Get outside and take a ride, because today we made friends with Cindy Glysson, Director of Marketing and Communications for Sun Tran, celebrating their big 10th anniversary on July 20th. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
This was Lifestyle Tucson.
Bing bong bing, time for a recap. A fine conversation with Cindy Glysson. Nice to meet her, a friend of the radio station here at Arizona Lotus. Good catching up, good getting in touch with what's going on here in the city, learning all about Sun Tran and how much it works, how well it actually works. So pretty exciting stuff. You can learn all about it too, just by going to suntran.com. That's the website I kept referring to. Or following them on all social media. They took care of it right. Suntran_Tucson. Very easy to follow. Keep up to date and keep informed about all the events going on, all the fun things happening around Tucson, all these 23 stops. You can go tour around, take a ride, get outside, like I was saying before. Again, they've got over 50,000 plus daily passengers on Sun Tran, so join the party. If you're having a problem, also check out their customer service. To get any more info, it's at 520-792-9222. Talk to an actual human being so you can get all the information for their big event, Saturday, July 20th, 2024, Sun Tran's 10th anniversary celebration of the Sunlink Streetcar. Again, get all that information really though over at suntran.com. So I want to thank our new friends at Sun Tran for joining me today. You've been listening to Lifestyle Tucson. If you're a nonprofit that would like to be on the show, email lifestyletucson@gmail.com. For more information about this program or to listen to something you may have missed, go to the Sunday Mornings page on klpx.com, kfma.com, mixfm.com, or espntucson.com. You can also subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and Audible, or wherever fine podcasts are running right on time. Follow on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Lifestyle Tucson, because I'm your BFF, your best Frank forever, Frank Powers. Toot toot Tucson, I love you the most.